This is the blueprint for my life and the way that I think. You got to see men as literal dogs, like hellhounds and just dogs. Dumb dogs too, really. And women, they're still women, but you know, they're more the cat species, but they can also be kind of dog-like. And I know this all sounds weird, but let me finish. Let me get after it a little bit. Guys like me, like I'm like a shoot every cop in the face, destroy the government, because we don't need babysitters, we don't need laws, we don't need anything that's going to be like something that has more power than we have. Nothing should work that way, but it does. And not everyone agrees with the fact that I think that we shouldn't have it. I think it's really fucking gay, and it's just dumb. Like I don't know. But anyway, you know, so everyone's gonna have different opinions on that. You're gonna have women who are always more detail and rule oriented. They're not always that way, but if they are that way, it's not because they love details and rules. It's because they love safety. And they love the power that making people follow rules gives them. But at the end of the day, it's just, you're putting people in a box, you know? Like, you want control over a situation, so you go, oh, you have to do it this way, you have to stand like this, and really, you're just being a fucking cunt. And so why aren't I more like that? It's because I already got fucking socked in the face. I'm not... It's more pain for me to try and micromanage things and look deeply into the detail than if I just let it all fucking fly the way that I see it. As a matter of fact, for a long time, I didn't even know that, like, people didn't do that they didn't just fucking say or do, like, whatever it is, you know? It's like people are overthinking the simplicity of how stupid life really is. Like, how serious do you need to take yourself, and how afraid of you or of death? Like, how can you be so afraid of death you would call the cops on someone? How fucking gay. And that's just how I think. It's like, I'd rather fucking die than have the cops fucking come mess up someone else's life, because that's all they're gonna do. But that's obviously, it's kind of stupid and whatever. I'm the dumbass, but you know, I just don't like the thought of anyone having power in my life like that. Being able to come question me when it's like, you know, if I fucking... I'll let you know when I'm in trouble. Like, if I get super fucking drunk, it's not for no reason. I normally do it in the fucking bushes up in the hills because I don't want to get in any fucking trouble. But I use the alcohol as like a medicine. It's like I need to calm down. Plus, I'm in fucking pain. It's like a tourniquet for my eye, which is fucked up. But there's no middle ground for that. There's no, like, you can't explain that to a fucking cop. They just throw you in fucking jail and you get a shit ton of fines and shit. It's like, dude, I am mentally ill. I'm in pain. You think they can give a fuck when you're in court? They don't give a fuck. So the whole system is stupid. And I hate you for upholding it. I hate you for agreeing with everything. And just being a fucking sheep little bitch. Sorry I said that, but it is how I feel. I hate people that follow the rules. I hate people that bought into all of this like it's really a thing. It's just a masquerade of what we really are. Like, why do you think that despite the whole equality thing, when violence comes to hand, it's like, who's more likely to get a domestic charge, a man or a woman? A man, right? And why is that? You can picture how that plays out in its head. It's not because he just upright just goes and fucking beats the shit out of some woman. It's like it was his wife. They reached a limit, and then he fucking finally lost his mind, right? But so, what is he inevitably showing her? Kind of about his limits, but it's also It's a lot. It's establishing dominance. It's all this fucking very, like, reptilian brain type of shit, you know? But it's there. It's common. And so for me, I'm like, okay, instead of, because I think a lot of people were like, oh, if we just keep following all the rules and just keep playing by the rules and just keep going down that road, good things will eventually happen for us. And I'm on the complete opposite side of the fence. Like, just start shooting everybody, because nothing good's ever going to happen out of this thing unless you take it. One second. Because I think it's the mental process part of it that people don't see is if you're working too many hours, you get too exhausted, you get too wound up, you drink, you get in trouble with the law, and then even if you're making a lot of money, most of it's going to go to them and you're going to be hating your life. But it's not. See, people think that's an accident. It's not. They go together. They go directly together in such the way that if your mind is mixed up, there's no salvation in it. Like, you can't just bull rush, work your way through life and expect it not to even out the same amount as it. Like, if you were working 20 hours but you had a more calm mind, you'd be going at the same like speed in life as someone that's working a shit ton of hours, but they're way more stressed because the mindset follows itself. So, and honestly, I'm not 100% sure that's true. I won't lie to you, but that's what I think. I think that they go together. So, you know, I could be wrong, but that's just what I think. Because if you think about it, everything is the whole world is mental, not mental like insane. It's your perception of this reality is what makes most of it what it is. It's a mixture of that, of you creating your own reality, mixed with a lot of it. Really, it isn't about you, and at the end of the day, it's just kind of like empty, and you don't really matter. Well, like, I have a huge ego. I wish I didn't know how to do that. I don't even know if that's true. What was I talking about? Okay, my blueprint for life, something like that. I'm just trying to share with you how I think. I think you get it by now, you know. Obviously something's off, but I don't know how to fix it. I never claimed to be perfect either. It's unfortunate too. I mean, I wish I felt like everyone else. I wish I wasn't in a little bit of pain. I wish my eye wasn't fucked up. I really do, but I gotta fucking play the hand I've been dealt in life. Like, there's a part of me that feels like it's staring through itself, like, right in here at just eternity, you know? So I have, like, the world that I can see and the world that we're all playing, but then I have a broken part of myself which has no reason still being alive. And because it makes it through every day, all I can see in that spot of what's missing in me and what's damaged in me is just space and time and fucking pretty much eternity, you know, until I become it. Until I become the very essence of space itself, you know. That's how I feel about life and what I feel like is going on the inside and why we're so confused. But seriously, I hate saying it, but I feel like so many women were so fucking quick to jump on this bandwagon of all this democratic fucking... it's like a mixture of like Democrat, equality, but they just really, when you come down to it, they just ousted men. They didn't like our superiority, and they fucking turned on us, you know? They don't give a fuck. But the thing is it's like, fine, that happened. But I think the important thing to note is that we're not the same. Like, just look at a man and a woman standing next to each other. They don't look anything alike. They never are gonna, you know? It's a yin and yang thing. It's not a fucking yang and yang thing. And I don't think men should have to settle down so much that they're not still dangerous, or that these people shouldn't have to respect them. You know, like, that might be an old school way of looking at things, but like, I thought it was fucking cool. I'm kind of old school like that, you know? It's like, it wasn't that big of a deal that people fucking might go out to a bar and fucking bullshit. Maybe a fucking fight happens. It's like, shit happens, dude. Who gives a fuck? Why is it such a... And it's like, now it's like, I don't know, that probably never would have flew. It never would have been okay. But just to have the cops come get, and then people get in like 30 times more fucking trouble, it's like, man, who... Fuck that. Like, fuck everything. Fuck. I hate cops. I hate cops. I hate authority. The only authority I really even care about is my mom and my dad. Seriously. But I don't know. I don't really like having a boss. It's just this micromanaging bullshit. It's like, fuck. Like I have, I flip back and forth from two sides at work. One side is where I, like, when someone comes in and they want a tour of a membership or whatever, I have a complete script and guide of how I'm supposed to do that. And I could use it, but I feel robotic, so I don't particularly like to. I like to ask questions about, so what are you looking to get out of fitness, so on and so forth. Kind of more general, so I can get to know them and whatever. And so, at the end of the day, what's right? Because I've always felt that it's not, nothing should be nailed down to this fucking, like, micromanaging bullshit. Like, there should be a gray area. But, some people just can't deviate from a fucking certain fucking, like, it's this way, it's got to be exactly this way. It's like, okay, well, I don't know why you think that, but I don't know. I don't even mind doing it either. I mean, it is a bit robotic, but and here's the thing. I really feel like people need this, though. Like, I feel like people need to know that whatever they think about life, just consider what I'm telling you. That you're not all that stupid shit you're thinking. That you're really more of a fucking animal. And that, straight up, I seriously doubt God is real. And that was just a book made up by people. And to me, saying that it was just a book made up by people, what I'm actually saying is that it was a book that might as well have been written by monkeys. Because that's about how much credit I give human intelligence. And it's mostly because people keep diving into more detail when you don't need it. Because if you look around, you could see everything just fine. It's like you're already the gift. You're already the complete set of all the stuff you're supposed to have. And where people run into all this trouble is just trying to do and be and accomplish just a million more fucking things, They'll drive themselves into the grave just to live, just to pay the government. That's why I hate the government. Like, life isn't even free in this country, And people think America is so great. I'm like, maybe in the 60s and 70s when the government and big business and all this hadn't just raped away any chance. I mean, dude, seriously, who the fuck is buying a house around where I live? You're gonna try and pay off a $750K house with like anywhere between like 5 and 12% interest? Good luck. I'm 32 years old. If I did that, that would be a death sentence. The best I can do. Here's the best I think I can do in my life. I'm 32. I work at a gym. If I were to get 7 to 10 clients a week, in a couple years, I'd be done with my DUI. I think the best I can do is either buying a small RV that's pretty dope and just living out of that however I can, or getting that, and maybe if I was really, really doing well, I might be able to buy like a fucking little piece of land or a little house in somewhere like Montana and then just go live there for the rest of my life. That's my best case scenario, because I have worked full-time jobs, and I can't fucking do it anymore. Like, mixed with my eye and just like how I fucking feel, I seriously doubt it. I could have did like a Class A thing, but I have 2 fucking DUIs. I can't get a fucking Class A license because driving for 8 to 10 hours a day sounds just fine, but I can't do that. And why do I make these YouTube videos? It's because I have no one underneath at the end of the day that I can just fucking tell all this to. You know? And it's not even that weird, because I think a lot of people in the world live this exact same way. But once you get rid of all the ideas of the family that you keep in your mind, and all the ideas of all this other shit, and you're just bare bones fucking facing yourself and your own life and shit, I really wonder, like, I could just feel like my essence, you know? It's just like a fucking, this hollowed out fucking, I don't know, fucking gathering of inertia. Like, it's so unspecific, but I can feel my shape. I can feel, you know, my body. I can feel like when I move and when my muscles move and shit. But I can't, like, from the inside out, I can't identify it. I can only identify the feeling that I most relate with, which is a little bit of tension, but that's why, like, even fucking all the, like, gay, trans, yada yada yada, every other fucking LGBTQ fucking feminism fucking, it's like, why not? There's got to be a little bit of everything. Anyone can feel any fucking way. I don't know. I just feel like I'm taking a long dip into a trash can. Like I'm being thrown away in slow motion, you know? But as far as what I'm doing for my life, like I'm still living pretty much, you know, pretty close to the best life I can. So I gotta remember that. Try not to get too down on myself, and hopefully I didn't bum you out too much. Thanks for listening.